because he always was going to attack when like defenders.
I think it's like.
Today, where it was a bit of a random video, if I'm honest with you, where I just got all my thoughts about Arsenal off my chest, people. And yeah, man, it's all of those kind of things. So, you know, as much as we love to be here and speak about Arsenal and football in general, and the Premier League's a matter of weeks away from starting. In fact, next week, in my mind, psychologically, next week is goal time because, yes, we're playing tomorrow. We'll be doing a watch-along. Yes, we're playing on Sunday. We'll be doing a watch-along. But we've got the English Super Cup, otherwise known as the Community Shield, against City, with no Pep Guardiola, which is weird, people. But yeah, if I share my screen with you guys, big up everybody tuned in. You would have seen David Ornstein at 2:54. So what? Just under 2 hours ago, said Arsenal nearing agreement for Bruno Guimaraes transfer from Newcastle. Now I know Arsenal fans, I thought the same thing. Like the monitoring, the nearing, the assessing, this and that. Where's the medicals, etc., 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 etc. But don't worry, it's gonna happen, man. I think it's done this week. I don't think he'll be in the I don't know. But it'd be nice if he'd be in the squad for Sunday against Borussia Dortmund, because forgive me if I'm wrong, that's actually at the Emirates. But Arsenal and Newcastle are nearing a total agreement for the transfer of the midfielder Bruno Guimarães. Why do we think it took so long? Obviously, Arsenal, notoriously, we do take forever. We have to remember we're not privy to all of the information. I wouldn't quite say save face, but I do think Newcastle wanted to save a bit of face and drag the deal out. They might be assessing other targets. He's obviously probably gone to the training base and said sorry, said bye, maybe even said bye to his teammates and whatnot, maybe even recorded a farewell video. We'll never know, just as long as this saga comes to an end. And you know what? He's going to be a bloody good footballer at this football club, just because half the footballers that drag out, like Rice took forever, he's banged. Gyökeres took forever, he's working. Eze took forever. It's just an Arsenal thing, isn't it? And I mean, if we were to get Vinicius, it's going to take forever as well, people. But yeah, Arsenal and Newcastle are nearing a total agreement for the transfer of midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. The Athletic reported on July the 8th that Guimaraes had informed Newcastle of his desire to leave the club and join Arsenal, who initially expressed a willingness to pay up to £60 million, in brackets 70 million euros, or $80.2 million for him, depending on what currency you lot use. This came after Arsenal had a verbal offer worth below 60 million rebuffed, but Newcastle, who had maintained that they would not be entertaining offers for the midfielder. So yeah, there is now, however, a desire amongst all parties to bring the situation to a close, and a deal is on course for completion. Guimaraes is awaiting permission to undergo a medical and still will move to North London. Now, I don't necessarily care as long as we get the footballer, but what has changed? Because naturally Newcastle are going to take a hardline approach. He's their captain. He's a key player. Obviously, Eddie Howe's gone, which I think is the straw, in my opinion, that's broke the camel's back. We have won the Premier League. They have seen numerous star players go, people. So it went from the hardline approach, they're asking for 100 million, all of this kind of stuff, to 70, 80. Now, if the footballing world was fair and it wasn't as crazy as it is, I personally think, as much as I rate Bruno Guimaraes, in an ideal world, 60 million is more than fair. Obviously, it's not about what a player is necessarily worth. I'm not suggesting he is or isn't, but it's not what a player is worth. We know what's going on at Newcastle. We know what the market is. There is a degree of overpaying this. Now, for me, I said, ideally, you get it done with those remits in place. You get it done for 70 all the way to 80 odd million. I did initially begin this saga of looking at Bruno very pessimistic because, you know, Tonali's out of there, Gordon's out of there, Eddie Howe was doing the hardline approach. But it's nice to see that this is drawing a positive conclusion, if I'm honest. And we've got the best midfield partnership in the Premier League with Declan Rice and Bruno. And not only that, we've got Zubamendi and Rice, which statistically, them lot played together the most. You've got Miles Lewis-Skelly and Declan Rice, and you've got many variations of such. And this is what we need. We need the same defensively. We know Saliba and Gabriel is our first choice partnership, and they're both world-class in their own right. As a duo, they're definitely the best centre-half duo in the Premier League, potentially in world football. But across a 50-plus game season, you might not have that, but you need, football's about relationships, isn't it? You might need Mascara and Gabriel to have a certain level, and etc., etc. If we can bring in a left winger, centre mid, is it fair to say it's ticked off the box? Centre mid, we ticked. Need a left winger. For me, I need another defensive reinforcement. I'd love a striker. I don't necessarily think it's a necessity owing to Marino, Kai Havertz, and obviously Gyökeres people. So we'll have to see. And to be fair, everyone's quote unquote a winner, because I'm sure Newcastle would have preferred Guimaraes to obviously stay. they probably would have let him go for less. But he's got 2 years left. He is 28. I think it's a difficult. It's got to be a difficult decision for Bruno and Newcastle. But everyone's a winner. We get a player that raises our level. He gets a move to a team trying to continue to win trophies. They get decent money. Obviously, Newcastle fans don't want to hear that because they're probably going for like younger players and all of that. But yeah, it is what it is in that regards, people. Again, so if we crack on, what else have we read? Yeah, there's a desire to get it done. There is now, however, a desire among all parties to bring the situation to a close, and the deal is on course for completion. Guimaraes is awaiting permission to undergo a medical and still a move to North London. Bruno G is currently in Spain with his Newcastle teammates at the squad's pre-season training camp in La Manga. The 28-year-old has 2 years left on his Newcastle contract, having signed a 5-year deal in October of 2023. So essentially, they gave him improved terms for a year. He was at Newcastle for a year in 2022, right? So they gave him improved terms. And there was a point I did think he'd go City. That contract had a temporary 100 million release clause inserted, but it expired in June of 2024 without being exercised. The midfielder's departure would represent the latest high-profile exit from Newcastle this summer. Amongst everything, Eddie Howe's left, Gordon's left, things have happened. Tonali's left, Aston Villa gazumped them to the Mazambi signing. And yeah, we know why Arsenal are looking at him, but why Arsenal are looking to add Bruno G to their midfield options. The Brazilian would tick numerous boxes for what Mikel Arteta wants from a midfielder, even if convincing Newcastle to sell was tricky. Big up Art De Roche as well, people. Again, we know Guimaraes has line breaking passes and stuff. I actually got a video for you lot in relation to that. So yeah, he's expected to leave Newcastle's training camp in Spain within the next 24 hours to undergo his medical. Luke Edwards, who, I've just watched you go from, Newcastle, we're not selling him. Arsenal are disingenuous because Kevin Keegan died and they're trying to buy players, which RIP Kevin Keegan, you're a prick for that as well. You think Newcastle weren't, life goes on. Like, this is real life, isn't it? People, businesses are going to still keep going, but don't you dare try and use that as some point scoring. But as reported yesterday, agreement is very close to resolution. Desire on both parties to get a move completed. Newcastle will be looking at potential replacements since the weekend. We've gone over that via TalkSport. Big up Hand of Arsenal. One could seriously question if there was even a bid placed yesterday. Maybe it is friends we made along the way. It's Newcastle doing the, look at how we don't want to sell our captain. PR and optics of this circus. See you at the finish line, Arsenal fans. See you at the finish line. Has there been any other update? What, you ain't got no news on Vinny? I don't know, man. What's this? November the 21st, full-time, Newcastle 0, Arsenal 1. Bruno Guimaraes, 94th minute winner. Newcastle sources insist nothing is done yet between Guimaraes and Arsenal. Newcastle senior officials feel it was an intermediary who was playing games. Well, I mean, the approach seemed to have worked in that regards, people. The gamemanship that we was doing, it seems to have been working. I can't believe people really tune in and listen to this armchair waffler called Deluded. My G and a TalkSport General. Big up yourself, Marcel. Appreciate you. They envy us. This feeling was worth the wait. Our football's going to be sexy to watch. I just know it. I hope so, but it's one thing buying the designers. It's another thing making sure it's tailored for it last year. As much as I was gassed about Eze and what Gyökeres could be, there is some element of an evolution that needs to take place from Mikel Arteta, breaking down low blocks and moving the ball quicker and all that kind of jazz we spent 12 months waffling about. Vinny wants more money. Perez ain't giving it, so there's no way he stays at Madrid. I mean, all options are on the table. If we get him, great. If we don't get him, we move on. It's likely a case of Newcastle wanting to agree a fee before our astronomical numbers get published, which is reasonable. I can't blame Arsenal. Newcastle are being salty and dragging it. Smash the like button, family. I second that. Riley, one love. Yeah, man. We have got Bruno G. Vinny next. I don't know for Vinny, man. I don't know for Vinny. I really don't know. We're signing Vinny. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Pedro Neto to Man City. That's that Maresca link, innit? And they're going to probably flog him for about 60-odd million quid. I mean, Chelsea fans are not necessarily convinced with Pedro Neto anyways, innit? So they're probably happy to see him gone. So yeah, we've gone over that. We've gone over that. I'm tempted to drop this video. Why Bruno Guimaraes makes Arsenal's midfield the best in the league. It's ready. It's waiting. Just need to press a button, folks. Did you not see this by Arsene Wenger? Completely on topic, but off topic. Arsene Wenger issues a statement on Infantino's failed plan. The recent events at FIFA deserve some clarity from my side. At FIFA, I'm the chief of global football development. Together with my team, I oversee the data analysis of the game, the FIFA Online Training Center, the development of youth education through 60 academies across 60 countries where they are most needed, and youth competitions around the world. In addition, I am a technical advisor to IFAB. I was not involved in this strategic planning and first became aware of the project through media reports. Wenger sly cat, but I believe you. The decision to withdraw the project was absolutely necessary and beyond question because I firmly believe in an independent FIFA that serves our game with commitment, transparency, and integrity. I know a lot of people saying, why ain't Wenger talking? Why ain't Wenger talking? He has to come out. You're happy now? I agree with Kai Havertz. We want to win all trophies. That should be the ambition. We're not going to do the quadruple, but we do want to hope. Matt, appreciate you. I give the Vini move 33%. It's more likely he extends or leaves on the free. But hey, if Arsenal is what? NR1 in case he doesn't leave right now, that's not too shabby. Obviously, Bruno will drag this. This is not Noni Chelsea. They knew they were getting one over us, so they had to move the deal fast. We will get some conclusion with Vini this week. Hopefully, our midfield is so elite now. We've got every profile, overlapping ones too. We're going to cook this year. I don't want to spoil the vid that I could post here, but among everything, you know, what I think of Bruno, what he is and stuff, one thing that I think doesn't get talked about is, to a degree, at 28, you are what you are, innit? But, you know, and I know he's a bit younger, but we've seen the West Ham Declan Rice in an Arsenal shirt and many other like gears to his game. So I do wonder just what sort of new Bruno we see under Mikel Arteta, if I'm brutally honest. I mean, I'm happy with the Bruno signing. For Vinicius, best case scenario, obviously there's no renewal and we can get him, and you know, it's Ozil of 2013. Apologies straight away all over again. But worst case scenario, I want to be able to lick my wounds. Okay, we dreamed about Vini, we never got him, and then whoever the next left wing target is, they're at the club. Granted, they're not going to be Vini level. We're not going to be waffling, but in time to come, like we might feel like that in August. By November, he might be shelling it. So yeah, man, you do want to get one of these stars, though, man. We just won the Premier League and whatnot, man. Regarding Vini, it's fair to say no club is above Real Madrid in the food chain. There are no Barca like current troubles either, but the valuation in brackets, image rights, Mourinho, Perez not backing him, us being on the up and having the Brazilian connection is definitely a very possible outcome, even if it's almost as hard to get as you can from the biggest club. Fair play. Fair play, fair play, fair play, fair play. I'm happy Bruno looks like it's finally getting done. Hit the like button, people. We need to put games away before the 45th, 60th minute, and Bruno could be great for that. Not the kind of player you want on the ball when you sit back. It's interesting because on paper, I think we've got a lot of sixes, and a lot of these guys can play eights. Like, I do think there's more gears to the game of Miles Lewis-Skelly, for example, especially with how he drives forward and all of that kind of stuff. Zubi by trade is a six. Very different six. Declan Rice by trade is a six. You got an English kind of six. You got Spanish kind of six. Bruno does that. But Bruno was played further forward by Newcastle last season. Obviously, we've seen what Declan Rice has. Zubi, we've been calling for that. There was a point last season where it felt like Arteta kind of dragged Rice back. Before Zubi really fell off a cliff, he dragged Rice back a bit deeper. Zubi went more forward. So it'd be interesting to see exactly what we can do with these guys, if I'm completely honest. Now with Vini, now there's many a tab there, people. There's many different whispers coming out. It is what it is. But nonetheless, breaking. The meeting between Vini and Real Madrid is scheduled tomorrow. That's from one journalist. Vinícius Jr is obviously back in Real Madrid training. Jose Mourinho told me he wants me to be like how I always am, happy, cheerful, and to keep playing my style of football. Real Madrid will expect to receive 150 million euros if they sell Vini this summer. And I mean, that's the sort of ballpark figure you've got to be looking to play around with, innit? Like, you'd love to get it done for 130, but you have to, like, 130 to 150, not to mention the financial outlay on his wages and stuff. You have to do that. And I think there's many reasons to be optimistic and also pessimistic. The one kind of blind optimism I have is, if words are gospel, like Ornstein said, all of the decision makers at Arsenal are well aware of what it takes to get this deal done, and they're all on board. So Josh and Stan have said yes. Arteta and Berta have done the number crunching. Again, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Because for me, as much as I want Vini, and it'd be a statement, and for me, actually, I think it'd be the most important signing we've made in the Emirates era, up there with Declan Rice. And in my 31 years, there's a couple of signings you could see at our football club. You know, obviously, I wasn't there when Dennis Bergkamp signed. I was a little kid, but Dennis Bergkamp's one. He changed the trajectory. In the modern times, Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil, that signaled we're coming out of financial struggles. Declan Rice said, all right, cool, we're here to kind of stay. Vini will show me that, yeah, we're never going to be Real Madrid, but we're trying to be in and amongst that in Europe. And not to mention, he makes us stronger in our quest for Champions League glory, really and truly. My first day of training went really well. I'm starting to get to know our new culture and new signings. In my heart of hearts, I think he wants to stay. Apparently, he's described as a son to Florentino Perez. And Juani Calafat, who's, a very good scout, been doing bits for Real Madrid, is pushing hard for his renewal. So on top of all the reasons as to why Vini would want to stay, is what it is. That same journalist is saying Vini Jr. renewal talks, full details. Meeting scheduled tomorrow between Vini's agents and Real Madrid. Real Madrid will not raise their last offer of 22 million euros per year. Vini is still asking for 30 million euros per year. Important club figures now prefer a sell. If it's not Florentino Perez, then all your voices don't really mean much. Arsenal are now optimistic. Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta are heavily involved in talks with the player, even though his camp denied talks with Arsenal. Meeting this week, Vini is ready to lower his demands. So if he's ready to lower his demands, that tells you, okay, I want to stay. The renewal bonus is the main point. Real Madrid are not willing to give him a renewal bonus. Key figures are in favor of a sale this month. If there is no agreement, Jose Mourinho likes him, but final decision will be up to Perez. A source told ESPN that in the case of Vini Jr. leaving Real Madrid, the club would expect to receive a transfer fee of around 150 million euros, despite the player being in the last year of his contract. Real Madrid will meet with Vini's reps this week to resume contract renewal talks. A club source told ESPN that the meeting was set for Wednesday, while another source close to the player confirmed that talks would take place this week. So that tells me we're all going to be waiting tomorrow. Oh my God, is that what's going on? It's not happening tomorrow, is it? Sources told ESPN that Vinicius and his agents believe that at 26, this will be the defining contract of the player's career. They believe that Real Madrid should appropriately recognize what he has done for the club since joining in 2018. Real Madrid are not prepared to go beyond their latest offer worth around 22 million euros per year, sources said, and the gap with the player's demands of around 30 million per year remains significant. Vinicius, for what it's worth, the man himself has said, we are all working very hard. The goal is to be match fit so we avoid injuries during the season and we can rely on everyone. Vinicius Jr. and Vini will meet in the next 48 hours. Real Madrid will present the same offer as before. Vinicius wants a 10 million euro increase on his current salary at Real Madrid and better terms on bonuses and image rights. Like I said, there's a lot of whispers. Vinny's can't believe it's his last big contract and therefore want to maximize his earnings. And this is what I mean. We just saw, apparently, Real Madrid don't want to give a new offer. Now, this guy is saying that they are. So, again, nobody knows. Real Madrid have made Vini a new offer. The offer is around 22 million per year. Vini is asking for around 30 million per year. He believes that at 26, we keep saying the same jazz. We've definitely gone over that. Real Madrid made a new renewal offer for Vinicius, proposed to the third. It's the same shit at this point. And again, the main thing for me is the people saying he's open to lowering his demands. So if they've offered you 22 and you want 30, are you not going to find a middle ground of 23, 24, 25? They might not give you that renewal bonus, but whatever you would have got for that, they might just cleverly put it into the contract to help you. Will they bend on the image rights? Potentially. No one knows, people. But the renewal bonus is seen as the main point of contention. Real Madrid wants Vini to stay and will give him the same offer as before. 5-year contract, 20 mil net per season. They are convinced that their position is correct. Vinicius would prefer to stay, but if he can't renew, there's an understanding he can agree on a deal with Arsenal. Real Madrid is aware of Arsenal's interest. Arteta spoke with Vinicius. Vinicius wants more money to be closer to that of Kylian Mbappe, people. Ben Jacobs has said, for Vinicius, there are 2 scenarios, not 3. According to my information, Real Madrid are putting pressure on. Sign or we're going to sell you. That could be a bluff. From Arsenal's perspective, they're waiting for a counter. The key point is this is not Arsenal waiting for Real Madrid to speak to Vinicius about a renewal. They made their offer. They've pitched first. Now with that leverage, the ball is back in Real Madrid's court. Real Madrid want an answer from Vinicius this week. Although it's true Jose Mourinho just wants to keep Vinicius at all costs, Florentino Perez is clear that it's either a sale, most likely to Arsenal, or renewal, and we will not have a free run at him. If we've done the groundwork in front of the queue, that's very different. Everyone in Europe, you can find some pennies to put together. We all know the clubs, the Bayerns. You can make a case of Bayern, City, PSG. People could look at Chelsea with no Europe. People could look at where Man United are at. They'll probably be involved. Spurs will even probably try and get themselves involved and get a backhand, but you can't blame them for trying. So, yeah, now Real are working this week after, not before, the Arsenal offer to try and get that renewal in place, people. Real Madrid key figures are in favor of selling Vinicius this month if no renewal can be agreed, people. According to multiple sources in Spain and elsewhere, Real Madrid refuses to comply with Vinicius' demands. They are not willing to offer more in salary and image rights than they already have, people. Apparently, Vinicius' gap with Real Madrid is less about the salary and more about image rights. Kylian Mbappe holds almost 100% of his image rights. Vini would like Real Madrid to match that. Fair enough, man. And this is even said, Real Madrid's ESPN Brazil is saying Real Madrid and Vinicius are not negotiating at all. The Brazilians reps believe it's up to the club to make the move. but Real Madrid are yet to do so. So it's just a game of chicken. Alongside Bruno Guimaraes and Vinicius, which Bruno Guimaraes is a reality, Vinicius Jr. looks like a dream. Arsenal also prioritizing the signing of an additional defender to cover for William Saliba, which is what we need. We were linked with Alex Scott. Apparently, his situation remains unchanged. Chelsea have had 2 bids rejected. Bournemouth have failed in their attempts to extend his contract. He's currently got 2 years left, people. So it'd be interesting to see. Apparently, Timber's rejoined with the squad. Norgard's, we've gone over this, I think, but Norgard has been granted permission to travel to Everton and undergo a medical, which is why you're not seeing him in the squad for tomorrow, people. And what's all of this? Well, this is the same thing. Arsenal take a step closer to Bruno Guimaraes, but like you're just going to echo that. What's this? I did see you. Some of you were going, "Oh my God, Vinicius' agents are in London. That means we're going to sign him." What has just happened there? I don't know what that was, but London, here I come. Agent fuels what? Oh gosh, well, this is annoying. What's going on here? What we can do is this. Oh no, don't do this to me. Don't do this. Don't do this. You lot stop staring at me, man. I feel like I'm under pressure. I don't want your cookies. All right, there we go. London, here I come. Agent fuels wild Arsenal rumours as Real Madrid star Vinicius transfer saga continues. Vinicius has officially returned to Real Madrid training following his post-World Cup holiday, but intense speculation regarding the move to Arsenal continues to grow. The 26-year-old's agent recently fueled transfer rumours after posting a highly suggestive message upon landing in London. Bearing in mind, Vinicius is not his only client, you would imagine. Can we get to 100 likes? We've got 72 people. Big up the 72 that have. Vinicius returns to Real Madrid training. We've gone over that. He's yet to agree a new deal. We hear that. The intense speculation surrounding a blockbuster switch to the Premier League was further amplified by Mikel Arteta, the president of Rock Nation. The prominent agency that officially represents Vinicius sparked a massive social media frenzy upon arriving in England. Immediately after landing at London Heathrow Airport, Arteta published a highly suggestive message that caught the attention of the football world. London, here I come, let's go. Mind games, man. He might just be having a bit of ants, people. Regardless of his actual personal or professional reasons for traveling to the English capital, the timely publication is viewed as heavily significant. It arrives in a tense context where endless reports continue to position the Brazilian as Arsenal's primary transfer objective. Okay. According to Dario AS, Mikel Arteta has already taken direct action to secure his top target. He's reportedly spoken to Vinicius. During these private discussions, Arteta reportedly made his intentions incredibly clear. He assured Vinicius that he would be considered fundamental and a key piece of his ambitious sporting project in North London. This aggressive pursuit from the English heavyweights places immense pressure on the Real Madrid hierarchy. They must now carefully navigate this highly complex contractual standoff without destabilizing the dressing room. So, yeah, man, I'll believe any of that kind of crap when I see it, people. But what are you lot saying? Now go get Vini Jr. and Osjarabal. DG Bruno G would be like Gundogan for City. When given the license in that pivot, rotating with Rice like Jorginho Rice pivot. Got to be like having substantial bonuses too, which is fair. Arteta needs to give a bit of freedom to individual footballers' styles. I don't want to see no robotic side-to-side play. We're going to have to do that, but I agree, and I think everyone wants to see that. Some of the time, you want to just see your attackers, do what made them professional footballers. DG, more importantly, when is our Costa Brava Trophy Champions Parade? Hopefully on the weekend. Vinny 14 still, that's a myth. As much as I would love, and some of you Arsenal fans used to, where are the Arsenal fans here that when we used to just talk about Vinny in jest before the summer, oh, I don't want him because he's going to be a bad egg in the changing room. I can't see none of you again. As much as I would love Vinny to come to Arsenal, it seems like he wants to stay at Real Madrid, and it feels as though negotiations are underway for him to remain there. I agree, DG, we are so high over heels with this Vinny saga, but Bruno G transforms us and also helps us maintain the press, legs in the middle, and BTL, whatever that means, amongst other things with Rice or in place of him. Is there a plan B for Vinny? There has to be a plan B. It's not going to be another Vinicius Jr. It's not going to be somewhere of that level, but you have to. You have to have that. Vinny is going to regret staying at Real Madrid when Mourinho keeps benching him. I can't lie, we sound a bit sour, man. We have to have a plan B, because realistically, when you take an objective view, you're going for Julian Alvarez, in which to us mere football fans, we're told Barcelona is his first choice. We don't know how willing Vinicius Jr. is to want to leave Real Madrid, but it's Real Madrid. I can't imagine he's frothing at the mouth to leave, but you're kind of reliant on that. So should we just assume, people, hope for the best, but assume the priority of all parties connected is to stay at Real Madrid. So then where do you turn? Do you go for Nico Williams, which we've gone kind of through this stuff? I don't know. But we've been looking for, well, better yet, we've known we've needed to address left wing for years. Zolis is a step in the right direction. I can't tell you who to get, but something needs to be signed. It might not be Vinicius, but something needs to be signed come the end of this transfer window. Some of these areas that need addressing. It's long now. We keep talking about the same things year in, year out, man. So yeah, it's all long now. Appreciate you lot, man. Evening social and everybody else. The image rights are crazy. If I'm earning double-digit millions from advertising, hell no, am I going to let the club take the majority of it, bro? It's football, isn't it? Like it's a small career. Obviously, I've got the image rights because I'm Vinicius Jr. So I couldn't tell you all the brands that work with him, but naturally, I want the most money. I want to maximize my earnings, like in any other job. And we said this yesterday, and it was said there, like at 26, that's your most important contract. If you're going to commit 4 or 5 years of your quote-unquote prime, I want to be paid appropriately. I also want to know what this project is saying. I understand if I'm pretending I'm Vinicius. Nobody's bigger than Real Madrid. They're always going to sign stars. You know, at one day, they might even go get Kvaratskhelia. Whoever plays right wing for them and who's ever the bad boy right wing, they might get Elise. You understand that. But Mbappe's coming. Who is the number one? Not that we can't coexist, but who is the number one? What am I kind of looking at? And also the fact that he's been there from 18 years of age or 19 years of age. So he's been there for a while. In Europe, Real Madrid's all he knows. Also on top of that, I'm sure he wants to win stuff at Real Madrid and you would want to leave on a high. Real Madrid's all he knows. You want to kind of prove that this is your thing. You've probably got an affiliation there. A lot of people, not just the players, but people have seen you grow up there. Florentino Perez, you got a good relationship with that scout. It's not an easy decision. My gut tells me he signs a new deal. Obviously, if that comes to a stalemate, then we have a chance. But all options are at play. You know, there's a reality, which I don't think it would be. I think he either joins another club this summer or he moves on. But there's a reality. He doesn't join anyone. They fail to agree a contract and negotiations ramble into the season, which would make it even more techie. 1 minute we heard they've been talking for a year. Then we heard it's for 2. Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. The lifestyle in Spain is better than in the UK, which is obvious, but he's also achieved it all for Madrid as it is. True. Plus, his girlfriend seems open to the idea of London, which isn't half bad for a wag with money to spend. Where did you find that stuff out? Spain lifestyle will be different. They just got invaded by Moroccan illegals. Crime already going up there. To be fair, there is things Arsenal could sell him. Like, naturally, we are not Real Madrid, but we've got the ambition to win a Champions League. We are in London, where, again, London's different if you've got peas. Obviously, you could be at the forefront of an exciting project. Like, we've just won the Premier League. We've been knocking on the door of that for a while. You know, we can give everybody in the Prem and in Europe a difficult game. We've shown year-on-year progression in Europe. So it's not like we're shit. Everything other than Real Madrid is a step down. So I don't want to sound pessimistic, but for me, until I see Vinicius come out and say, listen, this ain't going to happen, or Real Madrid or the reporters come out and say, this ain't happening, now I'm more optimistic. Now, just talking points with you. Like, I can't lie, I've been milking the hell out of this Vinicius Jr. stuff on my platform. The game is the game. Vinny will get 100% image rights at Arsenal. All of Vinny's buddies played for Arsenal. That too could help him choose Arsenal. I hear that, but how do we know they're brethren? We're just assuming that because they're Spanish, I mean, they're Brazilian, like the Martinellis, the Gabriel Jesuses, the Magaleses, they probably do know him, but how do we know they're his dogs? We don't know that. In my humble opinion, Vinny is using this to get a renewal and never had an interest in joining us or leaving Madrid. Same thing happened with Kimmich last season. Fair play. Hi, DG. I've seen Rodrigo is back in training for Real Madrid. Hear me out. If Vinny stays at Madrid, we should go for Rodrigo. He would cost about 90 million. We was linked with Rodrigo 2 years back. He's back in training. It's true, and I wouldn't be against it, but he's had a big injury. Surely, obviously, he'll probably be all right, but surely you want to kind of see how it plays out really for Rodrigo before you commit that money. After Bruno, we are one signing from domination. Bruno G. Rice, Odegaard, best midfield in the league. Surely, is it necessarily Odegaard, though? It is, because we could go with Odegaard. You could go with Eze. I got radical thoughts. Who says it has to be an 8.5 and 2 men in the pivot? Why can't we? It's not a flat midfield, but why can't you have a midfield of any one of the 4 that we've got of Rice, Bruno, Lewis Skelly, Zubamendi? There's different things we can do. I'm not expecting, and I don't want, if there's 10 games, we're trying 10 different things, but sometimes we don't try other things. And I do feel at times it feels like we've kind of been forced to do different things, like with Lewis Skelly towards the end of last season. Yes, it came out. Lewis Skelly was training in midfield under Mikel Arteta. But my thoughts as a fan, I just think Zubamendi fell off a cliff. He's feeling a bit sorry for himself. Lewis Skelly's got the bit between his teeth. One thing I like about Skelly, before we waffle about his technical ability, he wants it, innit? So yeah, we need to have that capacity to do things differently at times, man. So yeah, get ready to do the Samba DG. Come on. Vinicius smokescreen for Leao. You never know, but it don't seem like anyone's going for Rafa Leao. Like he's been linked with teams in Turkey with the greatest of respect. Did he not have an interview when he's sitting there and going, "Oh yeah, I think the Premier League is suited for me," but then Spain and whatnot. I told you when footballers, sorry people, need to get water. When footballers start doing all of that, doing too much in the interviews, nothing's really going on. Morgan Rogers didn't talk too much. He was going to join Arsenal. He went Chelsea. Rice didn't do chattings. Rice never done chattings. Bruno ain't done chattings. Jokerit didn't do chattings. Eze didn't do chattings. Literally, when Sky Sports with Eze put the camera in his face, when these footballers do the talking thing, and any camera they can get in front of, they don't get the moves. They don't. Tony was chatting off. He's gone Saudi. He's got peace, but them times there, you could have joined one of the big boys in England. When you do too much chatting, nothing's going on. The footballers that just keep quiet, they're the ones that are making moves and got things to do, people. But yeah, man, let's carry on, man. Honestly, for me, Mr. DG, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Mr. MI Tech. I'd rather Kroopy, if not Vinny. Yeah, but Kroopy's out for 3 to 4 months, man. So I won't say it's a blessing in disguise because you don't want to hear no one's injured. And Bournemouth are playing hardball anyways over him. And you know what? The game's mad. Like, respectfully to Newcastle, early 2000s, if we wanted Bruno, we're not asking. With like, this could happen. When we wanted Rice, we're not asking. We're taking him. When United went for Maguire, it's happening. But everybody's got money now. So, yeah, here's what it is. You got to do it on their terms, quote unquote. Next summer, Real Madrid could want I'm just gonna say I don't know what you're saying there, but I'm gonna say they want Haaland, Mbappe, and Elise. You don't want to be the odd star left out. It's true, man, but it don't seem like nobody wants to leave Real Madrid. Like you'd imagine if Rodri comes in, a midfielder has to leave. True, Ameni's being linked with a move, despite rumors that Jose fucks with him and he wants him to play, and he signed a new deal. Seems like out the whole high-profile players, it's like Camavinga's the one. Yeah, we've had enough now. You kind of got to go, people. Since White and Timber are injury prone, on the other hand, Saliba is going to be out for some good time. Is it not necessary to sign a defender who can play as a centre-back/right back? 100%, Abdul, 1,000,000%. Gooner from South Africa. Big up the South Africans. I think we need to absolutely wait because we never know what's going to happen. Then late next week, we could go for our plan B. Vinicius, 125 mil plus 100% image rights plus 490k. Big up you financial advisors. And to be fair, we're probably working on multiple deals. Like your plan A, no doubt, is Vinicius. We always hear Berta is working and spinning multiple plates, like every sporting director. So there has to be indirectly some talks with whoever this other left winger is. What's good, people? Signing a capo and he don't get into the first team as well, but I like it. Who says he don't get into the first team? I'm more concerned about the style of play in the Prem. Do these Galacticos want to come and try in the Feasible League? He's from Brazil, bro. You've been from the minute you can kick a ball all the way to even in Spain. I know it is what it is. You're getting kicked every week, man. If you're a baller, you're a baller. Unless Vinicius, come and find out, man. Come and find out. I don't see Rodrigo getting into the current Real Madrid side, even if they don't sign Diamande. So we should go for Rodrigo. I'm leaning towards Konza. Reason being, we would basically have 2 first teams clean up business for the right price. I wouldn't be for Konza. I wouldn't be against Konza, but 60-odd million. Scouts, you found me Mascara last year. Go find me another one now. Ideally, someone in their early 20s. But that, when I say that, it doesn't mean. But there could be someone. I'm just going to say random stuff. There could be someone at Real Sociedad. He's 27 years of age. No one's really waffling. He's a decent footballer. We sign him. Bobby's your uncle, man. Apparently, Vinny and Bruno G are best buds. I'll take you lot's word for it, man. Where are you lot seeing this stuff? If they're best buds, come over here. But at the same time, just because you're best friends with someone, do you always follow them off? If they jump off a bridge, you're going to jump off it? Wanyeri is far better than Odegaard in that position, even better than Eze. I'll take your word for it. DG, get ready for Mudryk on loan, bro. Vinny ain't joining. I mean, it could be, but I don't think we're getting Mudryk. Vinny or Rodrigo, relax, boys. AFC is on it. I think we'll get naturally, if Vinicius was to sign a new deal today at Real Madrid, naturally we would start getting linked with Rodrigo again. Like, I just feel that's the next port of call. I don't know, man. Man, them can't say Vinny Young, huh? Vinny Young, 24 hours, then move to new. So what kind of rage bait nonsense? What? Man. I'm happy to wait until January to sign Vinny. It's that real DG. We have Martinelli. I'm not in a rush. boy. Madrid got my IC3 brothers in a trance. No way they leave unless they get pushed out. And that's the thing. Like, very few players generally leave Real Madrid or ask to leave Real Madrid. Yeah, obviously, Varane, getting towards the end of his career. Casemiro as well. Ronaldo was the last one off the top of my head, kind of quote unquote. I know he's a bit old, but in your prime that decided to leave and go Juventus. Like Ozil didn't want to cut, Di Maria didn't want to cut. There's probably some other examples. But then you did have Sergio Ramos when he didn't sign a new deal. You did have Lionel Messi not agreeing that contract at Barca. So things do happen in football. I guess fundamentally, you just never know, man. You just never know. I'm giving Vinny all the time, not going to rush into signing new. So to be fair, you could sign new. So reality is, like, Martinelli could very well be sold next season. Let's just assume you did it for your example. You don't get Vinny this summer, right? You sign a backup, whoever that is. So you got Zolis, new Don, Martinelli. January comes, you agree something with Vinny, if this is your world, to join us for the following season, because you can agree a contract with foreign players from January, innit? Martinelli's flushed out. Then you've got 3 new ones already in a matter of 12 to 18 months. Smash the Ross Clark likes for Bruno, man. Olu, appreciate you, even though no doubt we're going to be arguing about many of things on this platform when the season's underway, but big up yourself. This Vinny move is generational for not only Arsenal, but for the league. Can see teams like City and Liverpool going in for Yao Mao or Elise next summer. Expect more Galactico moves coming to the Prem. Elise just seems like he's going Real Madrid. You've completed the Prem, innit, really. Can't lie, it's not the same. I can't, and I know it's against my principles, but I could get used to being linked with these name brand stuff. We might as well try for Jamal Musiala for no reason. But again, 12, 18 months from now, there'll be other guys that were waffling about of that stand. They've all got to start somewhere. Like, let's be real, Elise's always been cold. But it's really since you've gone to Bayern Munich and you're doing what you're doing at France, you've really taken it to another level. And this is why I'm going to keep saying it. If we get Vinicius, which is great, Real Madrid didn't buy. It's not like when Cristiano, it's not like Kaká. He was doing his thing at AC Milan. He's in his prime. Real Madrid bought him, or Cristiano Ronaldo is at Sporting Lisbon. Gave Man United a number of his time. One Ballon d'Or was that guy. Then they bought him. Vinícius Jr has kind of become that. He's grown at Real Madrid. He's come a long way from. Remember them clips where Vinicius was getting buoyed by Benzema and that saying don't pass him the ball, but they bought him when he was 18 in Brazil. So generally, we need to start doing that. We need to start getting these guys before they end up where they end up. And then the price tag is attached. Because we don't really do that. We used to be them guys. We ain't really done that. I'd rather play Salmon than sign Konza at any price. Slow cook Salmon. I don't think he needs to, but my hot take would be, you know what, Marley Salmon, a part of me wants you to go play men's football. Chat Wilshere could do if you at Luton, man. DG, we should go for Munoz from Palace as perfect backup at right back and move White into centre half. Probably try Yildiz. But didn't Ornstein shut that down? He said we inquired, we were told no. Now, obviously, we would. Arsenal's a bit weird, isn't it? Because I think you look at people like Vinicius, we're clearly being given some level of encouragement by third parties to go for him. And obviously Guimaraes, and there's plenty of examples. But the way Ornstein said it, it's like it completely shut down. I don't know if Yildiz gave us enough encouragement. I don't know if the Juventus just said, fuck that, you're wasting your time, save. But test the waters, man. But even that, if you don't get Vinicius, admirable that you tried, but you've tried to get Vinicius, he stayed at Real Madrid. But Cola, Liverpool put the groundwork in for a year, and he knows your second choice. He was second choice to Morgan Rogers, so he's going to tell you where to shove it. Yildiz, we were told where to go. Nico Williams, I don't know what we're saying. They've got to make it happen somehow, some way, man. Do you think we'll sign Vinny? In my heart of hearts, no. But I'd love to be proven wrong. So, boys. Not on paying nothing for an injured Rodrigo coming off a torn ACL. In fact, you have to pay me to take him. When has Berta let us down? I think the chess he plays is on Kasparov level in the market. Never overpays and gets it done. The only player that we have lacked is a world-class left winger. Let's hope he doesn't renew that contract and sign him. Martinelli should be sold for a minimum 60 mil. How is Jackson 65 mil to Tottenham? Nicholas Jackson's gone to Suez. This could be the season that Martinelli reaches the next level. This might be a copium. I'm a massive Martinelli fan, but for me, he's crossed into that territory. The good of you, the bad of you, I accept you for what they are. The illusion of you being a striker in 2022, 23, and all of that stuff he's got, I accept you for what you are. You're a good rotationary piece. You give us a lot going that way. You somehow bag big goals for us. You've got pace. You're a tool in the toolbox, innit? I hope it is that. But once you start getting to 24, 25, the penny needs to have dropped. And if it ain't, many left wingers available, just the haters in here won't be able to handle it. DG, sadly, Musiala has been struggling post-injury. You're right. Hoping he gets back to his levels, and we've been linked to Musiala as per Hand of Arsenal. Shout out Hand of Arsenal. Pedro Neto to City, what's going on? The market is crazy. But it wouldn't... Well, no, Pep's not there anymore, so it's not going to be lit. So that means Pedro Neto goes to City. That Silvinho guy goes to Spurs, isn't it? You're right, DG. There will be new stars. Example, this Johan Mazambi brother that Villa signed for 60 mil is going to be a superstar. He's cold. I don't see why they'd come to the Prem, play 60 games, no player scoring bags of goals, go to PSG, play 10 games a season, and win the Ballon d'Or. If I was a PSG fan or Luis Enrique, we've won 2 Champions Leagues on the spin. You could be the Brazilian that actually leaves Spain and goes to France and actually makes it. You could be better than Neymar in that regard. If I'm City, I'm sniffing around it. But yeah, man. DG, no, not gonna lie, DG. I think Vini Jr. number 11 is gonna be the brand at Arsenal. If I see him, then it'll be an issue. Let DG flow. Appreciate you. I can't lie, not signing young attacking ballers for Teta to hold their progress. Nelly, Smith Rowe were meant to be world class by now. But yeah, but they also, you can't really draw out Arteta with that because to a degree, the players have to take responsibility. And also, who did they both have their standout seasons under where they got double digits? Was it not the gaffer? So yeah, man. DG, tell Arteta to come home, broski. We have wingers. Arsenal need to go to the next level. There's no reason. It's actually childish if it's not some exciting Cobham young player that's 16, 17 and we rob him. If it's not Caicedo, Cole Palmer, them kind of guys, there's no reason for us to be shopping at Chelsea. Like, I don't think we're gonna get Mudryk, and I didn't think we'd go for Garnacho, but I did breathe a sigh of relief seeing Garnacho go to Aston Villa. I don't know for Mudryk. DG, is Nelly better than Nusa? Whether he is or not, I'm kind of tired of Martinelli, man. Like, I need something new now. I've had the same dish for a minute now. I love Martinelli to bits, but like I said, accept him for what he is. It's like some of my friends. I've got a lot of friends, and I accept them for what they are. Like, I'm a big fan of not trying to change people. So yeah, man. I don't know, but I wanted something new. Like the vid chat, appreciate you. Yes, DG, we clap back with Vinny. Nah, chat. Gabriel Martinelli needs to learn Arabic. He ain't going Saudi anytime soon. Martinelli is not better than Nusa. Martinelli is a striker, not a winger. Is he really a striker on the transition? Yeah, but in today's day and age, when it's all mid and low blocks and you got to have your back to go and you got to play simple games, simple balls, is he? Yes, if there's space and on the transition, he's a killer. But, he can play up there. I've never quite subscribed to it. A part of me does feel, though, Martinelli, apologies, needs to... In fact, Vinny needs to leave to reach his full potential because he don't play for us. I just think Martinelli's one of them. He'll go somewhere and the penny will drop. Like PSG would actually be perfect for you. You play all they'll be able to rest all their stars. You'll play X amount of games in the French league. You'll bag in the French league. Could be lit. We've no clue what a different left 8 could do for Martinelli yet. Kamara's is there, interchange with Rai, Zubi, MLS could be cinema. Are we still doing all this unlocking stuff with Martinelli? Are we still doing all this other players can unlock him? And I don't disagree with the logic. I hear it, but surely it's on you. Like, it's on you. If your decision-making isn't good enough, sure, it don't matter how many passes Bruno Guimaraes finds you. If you're taking one touch when you need to hit it first time, if you're going near post when you need to go far post, if you're, if there's a 10-game stretch, 2 games you're amazing, the next 2 you're indifferent, the next 2 you're shit, the next 2 you're amazing. Ain't that with you? Ain't that with you? 40 likes away to 150 people. Let's get to it. Appreciate you. Bruno G is going to be 29 this November. We probably get 2 years of his prime. Why are Newcastle acting like they're losing a generational player? Because he's made history with them. We'll get more than 2 years, and he's quality, man. Give us Josh Archipong then. Another one in his first team football. No coincidence, Nelly suffered after Granit leaving, so that could change again. Good point, to be fair. I wonder if will Bruno be playing on the left and Rice moves to the right, or will Bruno go to the right? Because I would like to see, beyond obvious, I would like to see things change on the left. The left is still uncertain now. Josh made that his own quote-unquote last season for the majority. Calafiori did his thing. Obviously, Hincapié came in at the end of the season, but I still don't think we have that. Obviously, if we can assume Rice is going to play the left 8, but we don't know for 100%. So there's still that cloud of, on one hand, it excites you because we could evolve and be unpredictable, but we don't really know. And the right-hand side we know what the right-hand side is about. And by default, we're still right-hand centric. Even, we don't know. If you want to get into the micro of it, Saka clearly isn't really fully fit. We don't exactly know on paper when Rice is going to be back. Timber and White, yeah, you always kind of brace for some sort of injury stuff. Indirectly, Saliba being the right-sided centre-back indirectly plays into this. So there's a lot of things, man. Nelly's age is a big factor, but I can't see him transition at Arsenal in a new position when we're stacked up front. If Arteta wanted to play him up, I'm not saying Arteta's right or wrong, but if he wanted to play him up front, he would have done it already. Like, obviously, he can do it, but we've seen Trossard play false 9 before him when it got that peak. Marino went, remember, forget the fact that it's common for Marino to be up there, but the year Marino actually went up there, that's happened. Kai's went up there, Gyökeres has come in there, Jesus is still there. On paper, we hope he's gone. He's not on that. Now, I don't know. You never know. Martinelli's deployment for Brazil in the World Cup could give food for thought. And you never know. You just never know. But really? It's like we're collecting players for every game state. In those big games, we haven't had the quality. We miss Marino for me. Imagine Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Manga. Who's Manga? I don't know who Manga is, but I'm sure he's a good player. Calafiori, Rice, Bruno, Eze, Vini, Glock 9, Saka. That would be good. Martinelli would be cold in the 9. We're going to unlock Nelly when we can't sell Jesus. Now, I love Martinelli, but we've tried all the locksmiths. It's on him to look up and find this team. Gooner, pick up the Gooner channel. Make sure you're subscribing. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Forget that now. We've done all of that. I hear the logic. You know, there's always a system and players that can get the best out of individuals. But it's even to the point now, maybe the way we played in 2022, 23, it just favored Martinelli to the point where it was a purple patch. He weren't really a coming of age. And do you get it? I love Martinelli, but again, from a place of love, there's no more potential thing with you. There's potential Max Dowman, Marley Salmon, these kind of ones is what I think about. The others, there's certain people accept them for what they are. Like, I'll be amazed if the penny drops with you. I like you though. I like Noni Madueke. I'll be amazed if the penny drops. I think you, man, have crossed into that where, fair enough, bro, you're 24, 25. Martinelli in England, this is all you've known in Arsenal. Madueke, you played for a big club in Holland in PSV. You played for England. You've been at Chelsea. You've been at Arsenal. You're old enough. You're ugly enough. Your balls are big enough for the penny to drop. So if you're not doing what needs to be done now, to the point where even if you have purple patch seasons and you're getting 10 goals, 10 assists, I still won't believe this is it. Part of me thinks you, man, play like this to the day you lot stop being footballers. Rice left 8 with Nelly is just too physical, but not unpredictable on the ball against deep blocks. Now I've seen enough of Nelly. Nelly will always have a place, but it's a squad thing. I don't know about having Nelly start games in the Prem. We've seen what he can do in the Champs, but he's not Prem levels for a winger. I mean, well, if you've only got him and Zolis, you're going to do that, aren't you? You're going to have to play. Rock Nation needs to move Nelly. Martinelli has the ability to be a top striker. He's fast, loves to run in a straight line, and can finish well. Arteta should try Martinelli as a false 9. Is he a good finisher? I do like him, and I do subscribe to him, but really? 1 goal or something like that in the Prem? Really? I think Martinelli is at his best when he don't have time to think, which, again, that kind of caps you. And this for someone who loves him. Pardon me. Don Carlos showed Arteta something about Nelly, but is Nelly up for it? It's all in his head now. Rice can hold to 6 by himself. Anyone else is probably a double pivot. Zubi and Miles both need someone next to them, but that will suit certain games. Not going to lie, DG, watching this Jacobo Ramon, he reminds me a little bit of the Spanish Stones. I can see why Arsenal are interested. Yeah, but it just seems Real Madrid got a bag of clauses, which I rate, like sell-on clause, buyback clause. It can match the offer. It just seems a bit techie. Plus, aren't Como in Europe, so they're not going to be in a rush to sell him. Knowing Arteta, he'll play Rice, Bruno, and Zubi as a midfield. That would allow a left-back not to track back. Why not MLS, Zubi, Bruno, G, Rice, just like PSG trio with Vini left wing? Vini left wing. Martinelli's football IQ is poor. Pace means nothing with no end result. Trust me. I really could see Martinelli as a striker. He has the pace, but I'm not too sure about his shot. But he does have the other qualities of a false 9. On the transition, yes, but false 9, a bit of that's dropping into midfield. He's not intelligent enough. I think, you know what? And I don't want Martinelli to leave. I actually don't want to sell him. For me to truly give any real thought to that striker thing, I think it has to be outside of Arsenal because we know what the striker thing entails at Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. And either Martinelli, tactically, you can clearly do what needs to be done left wing. Are you able to do that in that role? Nah. All true, but it's the same as playing to Gyökeres' strengths. If you hit lots of crosses for him, that's a nightmare for us. Where for Kai, it's feeding time, just as an example. Also true. This Vini saga will run until deadline day when we sign Mudryk instead. I rebuke that. Man are doing cheat codes to unlock more speed, more lives again. Bruno G, better bring all them GA to the club. We need more assists, and I do think he'll bring that to the squad. I actually think Gyökeres will cook under him. Martinelli at his best is good enough. An average day for him is not good enough. If Vinny joins, I'm throwing a carney from Eddie to Holloway Road. This guy. DG, you're the best. Big up. Nah, man, I wish I was. Jeez, add 10K subs. Vinny will be the president and Rice and Saka will be the deputies. Nah. Vinny Bumbaye, but no. Saka's still the king of this shit. And big up Declan Rice. 9 new managers in the Prem this season, including the rest of the big 6. No excuse not to go back-to-back with or without Vinny, but we're going to win the champs. But if we're going to win the champs, we need elite ballers. I agree with that, to be fair. Vinny, a good finisher. Did we watch his game versus PSG? How many chances he missed? Yeah, he can finish versus smaller teams. I can't lie, he can do it against the big ones as well. But again, it's all about consistency, and that's the thing. Like, clearly Nelly is a good lad, coachable, impressionable. And again, I know I've mentioned Noni, I've mentioned Martinelli. There's plenty of frustrating players at Arsenal and probably elsewhere. These men are trying. Like, everybody's trying to improve, but this might just be you, which is why I said you're a tool in the toolbox. Nobody likes to play against pace. We can use that. You can help us out defensively. You might occasionally score, but when you're a tool in the toolbox, it's all capped. Zubi and Miles need to start certain Prem games. We need to be able to preserve certain players for the champs if we really want to go for it. Predictions at the top end of the Prem next season. I'm seeing a lot of expectations for Chelsea United. Bro, all that crap that they do about Arsenal, we're doing it to Chelsea. Chelsea must. 117 on Morgan Rogers. Enzo Fernandez was 100 plus. Caicedo was 100 plus. Javi Alonso's a proven winner. They're playing one game a week. I've seen Chelsea win a league when they haven't had that. They must. Man United fans are getting giddy. I don't know, man. With Man United, I need to see a full season from Carrick, but I'm Arsenal to win the league. I still have City and Liverpool up there, man, because we fought them for the league in the last 2 years. And I know you can't go off pre-season. There's a lot of work to be done at Liverpool. I really don't know for Enzo. We're the only team that there's a degree of certainty, which gives you cause for optimism, but also, I want to say pessimism, but you don't know what teams are going to look like. Honestly, I don't know. Like, this might be, we'll get into it in the next few weeks, but top 4 predictions might be the toughest. I even think Spurs have an outside chance of Europe, but I say outside. Again, another team, deserve to be a good manager, making good recruitment, playing one game a week. We'll still batter them next season, but it won't be what we've seen in the last 2 years. But I still think, you have to give Villa and them kind of clubs precedent over Spurs because they've done it in the last couple of years, finished above them. But I would have United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea. I've missed someone else out, but all finishing ahead of Spurs. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I don't think City down to 5th, but I just don't know. City need a bit of a rebuild anyways. They've lost a generational manager and got a very good one now in Maresca, but he's not Pep. I don't know. Like, really and truly, really don't know. I'll probably change my mind by the time you ask me again, but off the top of my head, just to humor you, in no order, Arsenal first. Arsenal first, City second. I do rate Maresca tactically. Arsenal first. And you know what? That's the next step, really and truly, of Pep. That's Pep's legacy. 2 Pep proteges going at it for the league. City first. So, oh, Lord God, forget that. Arsenal first, City second. Part of me wants to say Liverpool, but it looks a bit spooky defensively, man. You know what? I'm going to go Liverpool third. I'm going to go United 4th, Chelsea 5th. Villa been ransacked, and then, yeah. I'll probably change my mind. Big up the Twitch gang. Make sure you're subscribing with Amazon Prime. I'll probably change my mind by the next time you ask me, but you just don't know. Like, even forget, we know if you finish top, you win a league, yeah. But let's just assume there was no such thing as winning a Premier League in, the top 4. I know there's 5 places, but the top 4, you just get Europe. We're the only team wholeheartedly that I think would be in the Champions League for not this season coming, but next season, if I had to look at it like that. I can't 100% say the rest. I think City would be there. City would probably be the strongest of the others where my choice would be. I don't think Martinelli's finishing is good. His pace and hold-up player, what I look for. To me, he's more of a striker. He can't cross. He can't beat his man. He can't cut inside and shoot. Not a left winger. Swap deals barely work, especially on the business side. It's complex. Last time we did a swap for Sanchez, didn't work out at all. If Real Madrid had €1 for every tab in DG's browser, that would be enough to meet Vinny's demands. Smash the like button, Joker. Smash the like button. Gyökeres is forming a bond with Kai while he's getting linked with a swap deal for Alvarez. I don't see Alvarez happening. I mean, obviously they're competing for a spot, but like, they're boys, isn't it? Like, they're brethren, and it's nice to see. It really is. I would like a striker, but I'm not even in striker mode this summer. I don't know. We're not gonna get one, but I would like us to find the next Haaland, or we just got that A-level striker because I like Gyökeres. Don't get twisted. I always back Kai, and I like Marino, but it's still horses for courses. I just want someone, regardless of the context. You're my number one. It don't matter if we're playing low blocks or the game's open. That's my forward. I don't believe the swapping of the Gyökeres thing, man. I don't. And to be fair, Gyökeres, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, we spoke about it yesterday. They've all been linked with Atletico Madrid in any potential move for us getting Alvarez. Nelly scored a worldie against Man City, calling them a small team. I'm cool with that. There's still lots of clubs after certain positions, so it's hard to say. Alvarez is in prison. He ain't going to leave Atletico. They don't want to let him go. Atletico are going to struggle next season. It'd be interesting to see, man. It'll be very interesting to see exactly what's happening. But we've reached our limit. We've been there for 55 minutes, as usual. big up you lot joining the discussion. It's always nice to hear you lot speak and your differences of opinions, etc. So if you haven't smashed the like button, then why have you not? Please make sure you're subscribing. Bruno Guimarães is in the bag, fingers, toes, and everything crossed for Vinny. But until the next one, folks, man, you lot check out the rest of the content. I'm tempted to drop the Bruno Guimaraes tactical analysis video, but I don't want to overload you guys, people. So yeah, turn on your notification bells, smash the like button. Thank you to everyone who has been here and everyone who has done that. Big up you lot watching it on the replay. Yeah, man, check out the description for the socials. Peace.
I've been given like
Vinny, man. Me, you, Bruno Guimaraes, left side. Me, left back. You, left foot, bro. Resilience, man.